Welcome to Accounting for Managers. I'm Professor Larry Louie, and I will be guiding you through our live online session. This video gives you an intro on the course, but more importantly, gives you the roadmap on how we're going to learn all this together. My background is accounting and finance. You would hope that be the case, right? I studied it at University of California at Berkeley, where I had a dual undergrad in accounting and finance. I later attended Stanford Graduate School of Business for my MBA, and I focused on entrepreneurship and real estate. My corporate experience is at KPMG, where I served on their audit staff, but also helped them start their small business advisory practice. I went to Bain & Company right after my MBA and worked in strategic management. And after that, I worked in several private and high-growth companies, from real estate to software to e-commerce. I started teaching in 2001, and that's about 25 years ago. And it first was at the University of San Francisco in, you guessed it, accounting, finance, and entrepreneurship. And at HALT, where I've been since 2010, I've brought those over and I've added a few more courses under my belt. Our course objectives is quite simple. Every business person must be able to read, understand, and evaluate financial statements. It could be for your department. It could be for your company overall. It could be a business partner's company, or it might be, later on, your own investments, where you have some discretionary and investment capital, and you want to put that to use. We will focus on two learning objectives. The first is understanding accounting principles and procedures that lead to the creation of publicly issued financial reports. You might say, I don't want to be an accountant. Well, that's okay. I guess I don't either, because I left it many years ago. But you need to understand how the accounting statements are put together before you can analyze them. Because you will find that there are things that are not necessarily logical or accurate in financial statements, and you need to know how to then read and understand what's behind the numbers. And we want to expose you to managerial accounting concepts and the use of internal accounting information for decision-making purposes. These two objectives, I suspect, you will use throughout your career. Our learning journey covers 6 modules. Module 1 is accounting processes and financial statement principles. Module 2 is financial reporting, annual financial statements, oversight, and regulations. Module 3 is on global accounting standards and regulatory reporting requirements. Module 4 is financial analysis using ratios and trend analysis. Module 5 is decisions based on relevant cost concepts, cost behavior, and product costing. And finally, Module 6 are budgets, performance assessment, and sustainable finance. And of course, we'll have a final assessment. Our learning approach in this online course is as follows. Very important. That's why I want to emphasize that right now to you. Before we get to class together, you need to do some prep. And there are links in my courses to the 6 modules of the course. What's required is watch all the videos. If it says video, watch it. If it says read or assess, those are not required. So the total time of the videos is approximately 14 hours. What's recommended but not required is try the quizzes. If you have time or you want to deepen your knowledge before we get together, go ahead and try the quizzes. We will be going through these together anyway when we're live online, but if you want to get a head start and just kind of learn at your own pace, go ahead and try the quizzes. And optional, but not actually recommended, is to watch the case studies and complete the readings. No need to do this because we're going to go to this level and beyond when we're together. So the summary of this phase is prepare. The next phase is we're together in our live online sessions on January 30th through February 1st. We will discuss these concepts and much of the material. We will do exercises and expand them on modules 1 through 6. Notice I'm not going to give lectures that duplicate these videos. I will summarize the main concepts. And if we are all together, then we'll be doing some exercises and applying it to more real-life situations. There are quizzes due each evening on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And they're individual submissions, but you can feel free to work together in teams to complete the quizzes. These are essentially to reinforce learning more than assessment. And my advice is be rested, be on time, and be ready to learn and work. Accounting and finance is not intuitive for everyone, not even me, even though I've done it for many, many years. So this is an area you really have to pay attention in order to really understand what's going on. So the word for this session is engage. Then we're going to have an optional office hour on February 10th. And it's optional but recommended because we're going to go through questions you may have and maybe expand on some of the learnings even from our Live Online together. So this particular topic I will call solidify. Solidify your knowledge and how it applies to real life. And the last group activities are post-class assessments. There are two. The first is a team company analysis, which is due February 8th, and the next is an individual summative assessment due on February 15th. So the keyword there is apply. Here's our approach for this course. Prepare, 14 hours minimum, and then engage by being in class and using those 3 days together for maximum value. Then solidify learning with an office hour. Of course, that's optional. And then apply in your team assignment and also in your summative assessment. The assessments in this course are as follows. Complete the Coursera videos and you'll get 15%. Do them all, 15%. So that's easy A, if you will, for that first section. Next are quizzes that we do at the end of each day, and those are worth 10%. They're individual quizzes. However, you are fine to work together in teams so that you can reinforce your learning. The team assignment is worth 25%. The individual summative assessment is 40%. The peer feedback from your teammates are worth 10%. Are you ready? Let's get started. Remember, get prepared. So do your prep, watch those videos, and if you have time, do some of the quizzes. And then I'll see you when we're all together on Friday, January 30th. Enjoy.